What is going on, guys? Vinny Vegas here.
And I'm Crissy.
And today we are reacting to A Clown. Scary story. Animated. That's how the title says. It's A Clown. This tale comes to us from IMR Scary Tales. We've never heard of this channel. We just sort of stumbled upon it right now and thought, what the hell? Let's react to a scary story today. So there is nothing scarier than a clown. So let's dive right on in and see what's going on.
3 days ago, I had an encounter with one of those crazy clowns that everybody's hearing about lately. Most people are running into them on the road in the safety of their cars. I, however, had a much more disturbing encounter. I live in Massachusetts, and my property is enclosed by trees with a long winding driveway leading to the road. During the day, I was cutting down a drooping branch from a tree about the entrance to my property.
That chainsaw.
That's when I first saw him. A clown, or a guy dressed as a clown, I should say, walking down
like
the
an
side
elf.
of the
I was
road
gonna say that.
and stopping very slowly right at the center of the start of my driveway.
My
He
lord.
very gradually turned his head to face me, body still facing the road.
Ew.
I had to give him credit. His clown costume was terrifying, like something out of a horror movie. I
Or a
chuckled to
Christmas
myself
movie.
and smiled in his direction. Judging by everyone else's experiences, I was expecting him to start bluff charging me, but he didn't. He just turned his head back to the road and kept walking. I would have said something, but I guess I just didn't care enough. That night, I did my usual locking up of the shed outside.
And he's
And
outside.
shutting off all the lights. When I got inside to start making dinner, I thought I heard something coming from outside.
God, he's
I
whisking
opened the
fast.
kitchen window a little more, but all I could hear was the wind and leaves blowing. I shut the window completely now and resumed making the food. I almost had a heart attack when there was a heavy aggressive knocking coming from that same window I had just shut.
No.
My whole body immediately went into panic mode.
No.
I felt
Don't
every
look.
body part shaking and my heart thumping twice as much as usual. I took the knife I had sitting on the counter
Smart.
and brought myself to look outside the window. But it was literally too dark to even see past the glass.
Oh no.
Once again, I struggled to sum up the courage to do something that I felt needed to be done. In this case, it was time to turn on the patio light and go outside. So I walked over to the back sliding glass door, put my finger under the light switch, afraid to flick it, waiting for a good 5 seconds, and finally I did it. The horror I was afraid to experience out there came prematurely, before I could even step outside. The patio light exposed the same clown from earlier, standing right outside the sliding glass door, head tilted like a dog staring at me behind an ugly mask.
No.
I could have, and probably should have, opened the door right there and then, and stabbed the guy, or at least threatened him. But it's so easy to think back and say I should have done this or that. Instead, I simply ran upstairs to the telephone
And you dropped
called
the
police.
knife?
I could hear banging on the heavy glass door
Oh my
downstairs, all
lord.
the way up from my bedroom.
No.
And it got worse as the clown started pounding with both hands repeatedly,
No.
as opposed to the slow and steady knocking he was doing before. It got worse when the clown started screaming like a psychotic asylum patient over
that's
the
scary.
sounds of the pounding of the door. I felt like I was
Give me
going to
anxiety.
die. Literally every minute
better
that
have a
went by
gun.
that the cops hadn't arrived felt like forever. The screaming and banging finally came to a stop when I heard a familiar voice outside yelling, "What the hell are you doing? And get the fuck out of there!"
He must be
I
Texan.
looked out the window to see Mark, my neighbor, walking over with a rifle in his
Dang,
hand.
dude.
When I went outside to greet and thank him, he told me that the clown ran off into the woods.
Oh no.
The cops arrived briefly after that and took down my description, did a quick 5-minute sweep of the property and left.
And that was it.
Mark let me crash at his place for the night, just in case. We don't play with shit when it comes to our well-being and safety. So yeah, at the time that I'm sharing this with you, it was only 3 days ago that I was in the middle of this whole clown mess.
Jesus. It got me. You got me. Oh man, dude. Okay, no, I wasn't expecting a jump scare right at the end. Damn it. Damn it. Clowns, man. You don't mess with them.
They don't scare me. Clowns don't really scare me, but I mean, if it's someone that's insane in a clown mask, then okay.
Yes, that's...
Yeah, that's a different...
Honest, I remember stories. I remember back in the day when I was young. I don't know if I ever told you this. We used to go to the local Sonic that was down the street, and like every Friday or some odd day of the week, there would be a clown there. and he would be making balloons, and he'd be pumping up balloons, and he would go to the cars, and he would hand them to the kids, and whenever he saw them. But every time that I saw that clown, I pretended to be asleep.
What?
No joke.
Why?
This is something I don't think I ever told you that.
You're just scared?
I was so scared of that clown.
Wow.
Yeah, my parents, they would be like, Vinny, you wanna, why not, the clown, he's outside, you wanna, and I was just, nope. I would turn my head away from the door and I would be asleep. I would pretend to be asleep. That's how bad that I was freaked out with clowns when I was younger, yeah.
Is it just in general, or they have to look scary? Or?
Well, no, clowns are scary in general. They just are, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird seeing somebody that's supposedly of sane mind dressed like they're not of sane mind.
Yeah, but they're trying to make you laugh. That's why.
I understand it, and I get it. And I think it's funny that I'm wearing a shirt for Joker right now. But it's just... I don't know, there was something about clowns that just really got to me when I was younger. I think it all sort of goes back to when I was probably 7 or 8, and we would go visit my grandmother's house, and I would go upstairs, and there would be a room up there, which I think it was like my cousin Laura's or something like that, and I'd open the door, and there would be a picture of like a clown on the wall, and I would always be really, really kind of freaked out around it. And I think there was something eerie about it. There's something that just really kind of gave me chills, and it got me really scared. And yeah, I think it just sort of bubbled over to going to Sonic and then seeing that clown.
So you just don't like clowns. That's good to know.
It wasn't about that life. No, don't get me wrong. Like, as I've grown like older, they
don't bother you, but
they don't bother me. I could look at clowns and be like, ugh, but not like, oh my god, I'm not looking at them. We're not freaking out. I mean, we saw it, at the theater. Yeah. We saw both of the It movies at the theater, and I was hyped about both of those. Yeah. But just clowns in general are just
clowns don't scare me.
Scary.
I don't think they scare. Only aliens. No.
If it was an alien, if it was somebody dressed up as an alien, you'd be losing your shit right now, right? Maybe. But overall, man, I felt like the guy sort of played it smart in the story for the most part.
Yeah.
Until the animation showed that he dropped the knife. Yeah. That was the dumbest thing you possibly could have done.
Yeah, I know.
But overall, though, that story was scary.
Pretty scary, and I guess they never found the guy.
And they never caught that guy, supposedly.
It's crazy.
He's
probably outside.
Oh.
He's waiting for you.
He probably is. Well, thank you guys for watching our reaction. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, share, favorite, comment, and...
subscribe.
Subscribe is the #1 best thing you can possibly do. If you don't subscribe, there's going to be a clown knocking on your door. So... do me a favor and just subscribe, because we don't want clowns involved in anybody's life, really.
Oh my gosh.
Just no. No.
Bye.
Bye.